Hello guys, this is LocalBone18, and I'm here to give you my honest opinion of the movie called Us. Um, you might get mad at me for what I'm about to say, but this is like, coming from a guy that, loves horror movies. I mean like real horror movies like, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hellraiser, The Thing, The Relic, and the list goes on and on. But this movie here was not a horror movie to me. That's what I came in expecting to see something like that. Like these twins, these doppelgangers. I was expecting to see these guys, do some supernatural things in the movie. Because I was coming in this movie thinking like it's gonna be like a supernatural movie. Maybe these, tethers or these doppelgangers, uh, maybe they came from a curse. Maybe like the family was like cursed by some old lady back in the day. Maybe like they had like a thing that went on in the past, and their ancestors got cursed, and maybe like the curse followed through the family to actually hit them. That's what I was thinking. Like a curse that happened, and like the family came out of nowhere. They're like demonic, probably. They had like some kind of powers or something. Something supernatural. But these guys are not supernatural. They were just regular people. That's twins of the actual family that's gonna intend to kill to take over their lives. But it wasn't scary at all. And what made the movie even worse to me was how she had to play the other role of, the twin, her doppelganger, and to hear that voice, it sounded so horrible. It was so hard to understand what she was saying. It sounded like a dying seal or a barking seal, like trying to earn some fish, to eat or something like that. Probably it just sounded so horrible, and like, and then the father, he was so weak in the movie. When he killed two people, yeah, right, cool. But like after that, it was like he was so weak. This dude was limping throughout the whole movie. Like he wasn't strong at all, man. He was like a big, I don't know, like a big baby or something. I don't know. It just wasn't strong. They made the lady, like the actual, survivor to the movie, and she ended up, living throughout the end of the movie. She lived, and come to find out, spoiler alert, if you ever seen the movie, get out. But come to find out, uh, she's the actual, you know, tether, like the one that took, the switch bodies at the very beginning. And it was like, that's, whatever. But I don't know, it just wasn't good to me. It wasn't scary at all. That's my main problem with this movie. Is just the horror part. There's no horror in this movie whatsoever. It's just more of a psychological type of movie, you know. But I didn't come to see something like that. I came to see something scary. Like Tales from the Hood to me was a pretty decent movie. It wasn't scary, but it had some scary stuff in it. It had supernatural stuff in it. And I think that's one of the, a great good movie to go see is the Tales from the Hood. Vampire in Brooklyn was decent. I know they're old. I'm just naming out some movies like that's pretty good. Uh, a movie called Bones with Snoop Doggy Dogg. That was pretty good. Supernatural, you know, because a lot of people like they are like they gotta support us movie because it's like because Jordan Peele made the movie and he made the first one, which is Get Out, which is a great movie. It wasn't as good as it wasn't bad as this movie right here is to me. Uh, I really did enjoy the first movie of Get Out, but at the same time, it wasn't scary. But it was scary in another way, like as far as like racism. So it's different. But this movie right here, it's like just clones and all this other shit. Like it wasn't as I don't know. It just wasn't a great movie to me. Like in Get Out movie, it seemed like more of a realism because we have racism today. You know what I'm saying? So like a motherfucker can relate to that and be scared about certain things of that movie to make it to be like, okay, this is a pretty decent thriller. But I can't even say that for the movie Us as far as it being a thriller because like it wasn't even thrilling to me. I think in Get Out it had more of a thing that you feel like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys are actually snatching these people's bodies and putting their cells into these bodies. That's some crucial shit. You know what I mean? And like that's some scary ass shit. Cause like motherfuckers online, meeting, females and shit, and the whole time the females setting your ass up to get snatched. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. And that's some scary ass shit. Cause she might look good as hell to your ass. Next thing you know, you snatch the fuck up. You in the back of that trunk. The next thing you know, your ass wound up in a goddamn hospital bed, strapped down, ready to be, taken over, possessed, whatever you want to call it, switched in bodies, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that was a good movie. This movie here is too many, which is Us. There's too many messages in the movie. You gotta, look through all these clues. It's kind of like the movie, the Da Vinci Code. You know what I mean? A movie like that. Well, but a movie like that, you expect for that to happen. To see codes and watch out for signs and because the title itself, the Da Vinci Code, is a code you gotta figure out. You know what I mean? So you expect that shit. But this movie right here, Us, nah, you don't expect to look for codes and clues and look for blah blah blah. It's like I just can't even watch a horror movie. I want to be scared. I don't want to sit here and try to look for codes and clues and shit to be scared or because that's just not a horror movie to me at all. It's not. That's why I like to Get Out a lot better because like it didn't go that route. You know what I mean? Like Get Out told you what it's about. You didn't have to find clues or look at certain things and analyze shit and nothing like that. You just looked at it, enjoyed it, and kept it moving. And again, like I said, as far as that movie being scary, it's not as far as like it being demons and like that. But at the same time, these guys are being taken over by another person. You know what I mean? Like they'll make your conscious or your soul like submit for their personality or their mindset to take over your body. That was pretty cool, man. So basically, it's not supernatural, but it kind of could be a supernatural, cause like they're exchanging souls basically, it's exchanging minds. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. And matter of fact, okay, in the movie Us, remember the father, right, running around, with a baseball bat. Remember I said he's weak, right? This is how he looked throughout the movie. This is how he ran around with a baseball bat, just like this. This is how dude was, with a bat. I'm coming. Hold up. With a bat, right? I mean, they made this dude so freaking weak. It's hard to watch this dude coming from Black Panther to this shit here. It was hard doing that, man. And I watched another YouTuber's view on this, and she hit it on the spot. The family did not seem like they connected as far as the black family. Matter of fact, both families felt the same way. They didn't feel like there was an actual real family. They just felt like there was just somebody, a group of people thrown together, and they had no chemistry whatsoever. Like it just felt so unreal. Like they were just there to be there. And I just didn't feel nothing for the family. I can care less, and they just didn't, execute. They didn't execute the movie right to me. But that's just my opinion. Just take it, however you want. But I like to hear you guys' thoughts about it. If you liked the movie, if you didn't like the movie. Um, Another thing I didn't like about the movie was like how they sat there and they had all these different doppelgangers coming out, and then when they came out, they couldn't speak, they couldn't say anything, and then like as far as like the immediate family, the black versions of the doppelgangers, all they could do was just sit there and grunt, I was like, come on, man, are you serious? So like the only ones that actually can talk is just her. That's it, and she could barely even fucking say a word. So like that was even more like, what, this movie is not that great to me. You know, I gotta sit here and hear this broad talking some horrible ass voice, and the rest of the cast members on the doppelganger side can't even speak a goddamn word besides grunt and moan and yell and scream. Man, that was trash, man. That was some trash ass shit to me. You know? And it made the movie, to me, jive boring. You know? It really did. It made it so damn boring watching that shit. Just watching like two or three characters talk throughout the movie at the end. Which is like what? The son, the mother, and the father, till like the Jeep scene, the ambulance scene popped up. After that, he disappears. Nah, man. It was horrible. In my opinion, it was a horrible ass movie. But this is nowhere near as good as Get Out. Get Out's 10 times better than this movie. In my opinion, I like the movie The Prodigy better than this shit. And The Prodigy at least had supernatural elements in the movie, at least. You know what I mean? Like, it did have some good jump scares throughout that movie. And it had, a decent killing scene in the movie. Like, they got a little graphic, but I did appreciate them doing that. This movie didn't even have that shit, man. It didn't have no graphic killing in it. It was just like, or supernatural entities in the movie at all. So like, it was just a boring movie to me. Anyway, guys, that's just my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed what y'all heard. If y'all did, please leave a like. I appreciate it. See you guys soon. This is Local 118, aka Bullet Says God. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.